the system is so overwhelmed there, and we're doing more than any other state here, at a certain point that breaks.
Are you serious? The system has been broken for years, and your fingerprints are all over it, Gavin Newsom. How's everybody doing today? My name is Ty with Right IQ, and I want to thank you for coming and watching this video. This is the second part of our two-part series about America's border crisis. It's real. And, you know, I can't talk about the border crisis without talking about Gavin Newsom. And he's been in the news lately talking about some really crazy things that make me kind of scratch my head. You see, California has been a sanctuary state for quite a while. And I believe during the Obama administration is when we became a sanctuary state. And, you know, the California people were not interested in that. And I believe we voted on it and we voted it down. But Gavin Newsom believes that he knows better than the California residents about how this state should be run. I would have to say that he's wrong. And now the chickens are coming home to roost, and you hear him complaining about it. You know, when you bring in a lot of illegal immigration, those people, the people that come over here are not really interested in being a part of American society. They want the benefits of American society, but they don't really want to be Americans. A lot of them have been here for years and have no interest in speaking English. And, you know, it has a huge impact on California. It impacts our taxes. It impacts, you know, our jobs. And it's very difficult for citizens to be able to compete with illegal immigrants. And our fearless leader, Gavin Newsom over here, thinks he knows better than everybody else. And so I want to go into a few things that Gavin Newsom has said recently that has kind of made me scratch my head. Let me go over here to Breitbart real quick. If you go to Breitbart, you see Gavin Newsom, Biden's migrant flights are a burden for sanctuary state California. Really? Because I thought that's what you wanted. That's what you were crying for. You wanted California to be a sanctuary state. And so why wouldn't the Biden administration bust everybody and fly everybody over here, because it wasn't a problem before now, but all of a sudden it's a problem? California Governor Gavin says President Joe Biden's flights filled with border crossers and illegal aliens are particularly a burden for sanctuary states like his. Well, how do you figure? How is it more of a burden for California than it is for, I don't know, Texas? How is it more of a burden than it is for, I don't know, Arizona? They're not sanctuary states. They didn't sign up to bring in all these illegal immigrants and give them special privileges. They didn't sign up for it, but they have to deal with it. So how is it more of a burden for California? Let me get into this a little bit. In an interview with ABC 10 News, Newsom seamlessly complained that California is having to foot the bill for hundreds of thousands of border crossers and illegal aliens arriving via bus and flights every month as part of Biden's administration's expansive catch and release network, Newsom said. Yeah? But who do you think's footing that bill, Gavin Newsom? That's not you. You haven't taken a dime out of your pocket to fund these people. It's the California residents, the legal immigrants of California who are footing the bill. You want to know why our taxes over here are so high? That's exactly why. Do you want to know why everything is so expensive over here? That's exactly why. Housing is so expensive over here. There's just not enough housing to provide to all of the residents of California, let alone illegal immigrants. So you want to know why things are so expensive over here? That's exactly why. And we didn't ask for this. This was thrown upon us because you believe that you know better than the California residents. I disagree. He goes on to say the federal government is sending more and more flights and more buses directly to California because this state is doing what no other state is doing, and that's absorbing and protecting and preserving our values and advancing them by doing healthcare screenings and taking care of folks. And the more we do, the more burden is placed disproportionate on us. We're already at capacity in 9 of our sites. We can't continue to fund all of these sites because of the budgetary pressure now being placed on the state and offsetting issues that I have to address. That smells so bad. That makes absolutely no sense. You ask for this, they're giving it to you, and now you're complaining about it. How about this? How about you just don't become a sanctuary state? You are rewarding people who came over our border illegally. We're supposed to give amnesty to all of these people, and you think that that's going to make things better. Says Newsom's remarks come as he has helped drive illegal immigration to California with reinforcements to the state's strict sanctuary policy that shields criminal illegal aliens from arrest and deportation, offering free taxpayer-funded health insurance to all 4.4 million illegal alien residents, and expanding the issuance of state IDs for illegal aliens. Why wouldn't, like I mentioned in the last video, I don't blame the illegal immigrants for coming over here. We are putting out the red carpet for them. Why are we paying for everything? If I was illegally go to Mexico, how do you think that they would respond to that? Do you think that they would open me with welcome arms, give me a place to live, give me a job, give me free insurance? Do you think that they would do all that? No, I don't think they would. As a matter of fact, what they would more than likely do is put me in jail, give me a hearing, and deport me. That's what we should be doing. Instead, we ask the American taxpayer to foot the bill for, 4.4 million illegal alien residents within California. 4.4. Now, I believe it's higher than that. That's just what's recorded. But we're rolling out the red carpet for them. So why would we expect that flow to stop? And for you to complain about Joe Biden sending all of these illegal immigrants over here, you asked for it. And so you don't get to complain about it. Let's go ahead and read a little bit more here. According to Newsom, California is likely to be more overrun with border crossers and illegal aliens as public health authority known as Title 42 that has been used at the United States-Mexico border for years is now set to end in days. Yeah, it's going to get bad here. It's going to get bad. I don't blame Florida. I don't blame Texas. I don't blame Arizona for wanting to bust these people out. I don't blame them for wanting to bust them to sanctuary cities because that's what you sign up for. Don't complain about it. Don't complain about it. And I think what's going to happen is I think what he's doing is he wants some federal money because you can only squeeze so much out of the California residents before there's just no more to squeeze. And so I think what he's doing is he's setting himself up to get some government money from Joe Biden. Just like New York did. New York did exactly the same thing. You see, they cry, they say, oh, we got to love these people. We got to welcome these people. These people make America better. But as soon as they actually start showing up, then, oh, man, we need some help. We need some help. But where does that money from the federal government come from? It comes from the American people. A lot of the American people that don't live in sanctuary states in the first place. You see, this is a problem, and it's not going to get any better. And for you to stand on your high horse and act like you were not part of the problem, Gavin Newsom, this wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't for you. Do you think Joe Biden wouldn't be doing this if he didn't have the support of governors like Gavin Newsom? No, he wouldn't. Newsom also claimed that Republicans are also responsible for record-setting levels of illegal immigration under the Biden administration, and suggested that amnesty for the nation's 11 to 22 million illegal aliens is the best policy solution. How is giving amnesty to people who came here illegally, how is that the best policy? And how is this the Republicans' fault? How is it the Republicans' fault that Gavin Newsom made California a sanctuary state? What did Republicans have to do with this? He made no point about that. He didn't say exactly what the Republicans did. He just blamed them. But how can you blame the Republicans? You can blame a lot on the Republicans, but I don't think you can blame this on them. You can blame them for not stepping up and stopping you idiots over here in California and in Washington. You can blame them for that. But you can't blame them for the illegal immigration crisis. That is a Democrat thing alone. That is not a Republican thing. We didn't create the path for them to come over here. We didn't give them free insurance. That was the Democrats. We didn't give them free housing. That was the Democrats. We don't give them free welfare. That was the Democrats. So how can you sit there with a straight face and say that the Republicans are responsible for this? What world are you living in? As of October, an estimated 1.4 million border crossers and illegal aliens have been released into the United States interior since Biden took office in late January 2021. This is in addition to more than 600,000 illegal aliens who are known to have successfully crossed the southern border. I'm speechless. I mean, this guy couldn't be more detached from reality. Thank you for giving us this, Breitbart. I appreciate this article because it just sheds light on the fact that these liberals are nuts. They have lost their damn mind. Now, I parse that word a little bit, Democrats and liberals, because a lot of Democrats don't like the policies of these liberals. But with that being said, like I mentioned in the last video, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. So Democrats can stand up just as easily as Republicans can and say, look, enough is enough. We love humanity too, but we cannot save everybody in this world. And California can't save everybody in the world either. There's just not enough money here. There's not enough houses. There's not enough land here to bring everybody that wants to be here, here. See, there are billions of people in the world right now, and probably a third of those are living in third world countries. If we were to bring that over here, see, the United States is not that large compared to the other countries within the world. If you bring them all over here, what is America going to turn into? What is America going to turn into? Is that something you're going to be proud of? I don't think so. I'm not proud of what's happening in California, but I've got my business here. If it wasn't for my business, I would have left here a long time ago. But I have employees that are counting on me. They need me to pay their bills and support their family. I can't just abandon them. But to hear him talk like that is just rich. It is rich. It doesn't make any sense. So let me go ahead. I have another one over here. This is ABC News also. And this is their Twitter account. Asked what he expects might happen in the state if the Title 42 expires. Gavin Newsom tells Matt Gutman, ABC, young kids are going to be out there sleeping on the sidewalks. A lot of people are going to be exploded. You think? You think? Let's watch this.
You know, we were talking about humanitarian disasters, and it seems when Title 42 expires, you're going to have one here on your hands in California as well.
I mean, unless we continue to do what we've done, which is unprecedented investments at the state level to offset the lack of investments historically, not just recently, from the federal government to address the migrant crisis, to address asylum seekers, and to address the reality of what happens after someone's processed off the border.
If you will, paint a picture for me. You mentioned the system is broken. It's already at capacity here. When there are 2 to 3 times more asylum seekers coming across, what is that going to look like?
I mean, it's people are going to fall through the cracks. Young kids are going to be out there sleeping on the sidewalks. A lot of people are going to be exploited. Communities are going to feel overwhelmed and disrespected in the process. Poor souls here legally, remember, all these folks that are coming through, all of them are here legally. They're going through a system that we designed and we set up, and we are not processing at the scale we need to process. And right now you've got whack-a-mole, you've got delivery. I mean, this is the great irony. Here we are in California. They're flying folks from Texas into California for us to fly them right back to Texas in a 1.5 day turnaround, because the system is so overwhelmed there, and we're doing more than any other state here. At a certain point, that breaks.
Folks, this guy is not even living in reality. There was so much nonsense there. I think I threw up in my mouth a little bit. I don't know what the hell this guy's talking about. But let me go through this. There was a few points in there. There was a few points in there that I want to touch on. Just like, he brings insanity to a whole new level. So let me go ahead and break this down just a little bit.
You know, we were talking about humanitarian disasters, and it seems when Title 42 expires, you're going to have one here on your hands in California as well.
I mean, unless we continue to do what we've done, which is unprecedented investments at the state level to offset the lack of investments historically, not just recently, from the federal government to address the migrant crisis, to address asylum seekers, and to address the reality of what happens after someone's processed off the border.
If you will, paint a picture.
Okay, let me stop it right there. Unprecedented investment. Why are you investing so much into this? Why is it so important to you to have all of these illegal immigrants in our state? Why is that so important to you? Unprecedented investment. You're going to have to invest more because the federal government is not, is what he said. Where is that money going to come from? Trust me, we are taxed enough already. As a business owner, look, sometimes I'm lucky if I make a paycheck. I am the last person that gets paid. Whatever is left is what I get, and everything costs so damn much money. Where is he going to get this money from? When half of these illegal immigrants are I'll be honest with you, a lot of these illegal immigrants are double dipping. They are claiming children that don't belong to them, and at the end of the year and on their taxes, they are getting welfare and working under the table. So they're not paying the taxes that we're paying. So where's this money going to come from? Everything is so expensive here already. You're going to collapse this economy. Let's get into this a little bit more.
Picture for me. You mentioned the system is broken. It's already at capacity here. When there are 2 to 3 times more asylum seekers coming across, what is that going to look like?
I mean, it's people are going to fall through the cracks. Young kids are going to be out there sleeping on the sidewalks. A lot of people are going to be exploited.
You're exploiting them. You're using them for your gain, for your political gain. And he didn't specify whether he believes that those little kids are going to be American kids that are on the streets because they lost their job. Or is it going to be, are we bringing illegal immigrants into this country and into this state so that they can sleep on our streets? I'm pretty sure the streets are pretty much used up by our veterans. Why don't you work on fixing that problem? That problem is way more important than bringing in and helping illegal immigrants that had a place to live before that they got here. And just because you were poor over there where you come from doesn't mean that you should come over here and make us poor. But is that the plan? I don't know. You tell me down in the comments. Let's see what else this idiot's got to say.
Communities are going to feel overwhelmed and disrespected in the process. Poor souls here legally, remember, all these folks that are coming through, all of them are here legally. They're going through a system that we designed and we set up, and we are not.
They're here legally? What in the hell are you talking about, Gavin Newsom? What do you mean they're here legally? They're coming here on a system that you set up, but it is not the law. Your system is not the law. You are breaking the law. You're breaking federal law. You're breaking state law because you don't get to just sign a piece of paper and negate what the California people think and call that a process. That is not a process. That is a dictatorship. You did not ask us if we were okay with that. As a matter of fact, you didn't care that we were not okay with it because you know better than we do. When is enough enough? But California is so saturated with Democrats in the political realm that it is almost impossible for a Republican to gain any traction here. You see, it's not that California is so liberal. I hear a lot of people talking about how, we ought to just, forget about them and hope they drop off into the ocean or whatever the case is. The United States would be better off. You know what? It's not California that's the problem. It's not. I would say a majority of California is conservative or leans conservative. Yeah, there's a lot of bleeding heart liberals here, but they're a small percentage. If you think that the American elections have problems, you should come over here and look at California's elections. I don't think there's been a legitimate election run in California since Ronald Reagan. We almost had him voted out through the recall. We were really close. But I knew it wasn't going to happen because the cards were stacked against us. When the wolf is guarding over the chicken house, don't be surprised if you lose a couple chickens. What I mean is that if the Democrats control all levers of power within California, and you know that they're not honest, why would you expect an honest election? And when you don't get honest elections, you get dishonest policies like this.
Not processing at the scale we need to process. And right now you've got whack-a-mole. You've got delivery. I mean, this is the great irony. Here we are in California. They're flying folks from Texas into California for us to fly them right back to Texas in a 1.5 day turnaround because the system is so overwhelmed there and we're doing more than any other state here. At a certain point, that breaks.
Doing more than any other state here. You're doing more than any other state. That is not a good thing. You should not be bragging about that, Gavin Newsom. I am sorry. I am so passionate about this because this affects me personally. This affects my family personally. Every dollar that we give to illegal immigrants comes out of my pocket, comes out of my neighbor's pocket, comes out of my employee's pocket, and makes us poorer. So I'm very passionate about this. I apologize if I am, offending some people. That's not the goal here. The goal is to bring some realism into this situation, because I don't know what planet this guy's living on. But I believe that there's hope. I am not the kind of person that believes that there is no hope. I believe that there's hope. But it comes with exposing. It comes with people standing up and saying what everybody else is thinking. And I think that I'm doing that for the most part. I don't think that I am, speaking for California or the United States. I'm speaking for myself. And I believe that the people that are around me, a lot of them feel the same way, because it would be easier to pay my employees more if my taxes weren't so high, if my insurances weren't so high. It'd be easier for our members to pay more if they weren't being taxed so much. And all of our money is going to a place that we never wanted it to go to in the first place. And at some point, yes, it's going to break, Gavin Newsom, but you broke it. Anyways, that's the end of the series. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to try to come out with some more positive videos in the future, because the last few videos I've put out have just been, so passionate. And so hopefully within the next few videos, I can bring you guys some good news, because I believe that there is some good news coming. But I think California is probably going to be the last domino to fall as far as, the good news that comes out. A wise person once said, watch California, as if California was going to surprise some people. I'm still waiting for that. I get surprised every day, but not in a good way. But one day, I hope that California becomes red again. And I think it's possible. Nobody believed Twitter would become free again. So there is hope for California and New York and other places like that. But what it's going to take is for the American people to stand up and be counted. Scream from the rooftops. I'm mad as hell, and I am not going to take it anymore. With that being said, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And if you guys have any comments, you agree, you disagree, let me know. I'll be happy to respond to you. But I think that this discourse is important. And that's how we move forward. And if we can keep pushing forward, you know, if they close one door on us, we find another door to open. And that's what we're doing. And I appreciate Elon Musk. I love Donald Trump. I think Ron DeSantis is great. And I hope that, you know, everything comes together for us. And I believe that it will. But it starts with you and me standing up, saying what's right and doing what's right, and not keeping our mouth shut. Because keeping our mouth shut and allowing things to continue down the path that they're continuing is what got us into this place in the first place. And I'm done. I'm done sitting down being quiet. I am going to be loud, and I am going to be passionate, and I want you to be passionate too. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you for watching this video. Ride IQ is a new channel, so please like, subscribe, and share this video with all of your friends, because we have to support each other if we're going to win this battle. And if you agree or disagree, please leave your comments below so that we can have that discussion together. And I'll see you on the next video.